from the old academic board chamber, and we're live on TV UCC and on ATL 100.5. If you're watching us live on TV UCC, we would want you to subscribe to the channel. Would want you to keep your log dialed on ATL 100.5 as well. Make sure you leave your comments in the comment section, and then also share with your friends and family, and make sure that you keep up with us and our updates on TV UCC. It is the channel of choice in the University of Competitive Choice. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Kindly state your name and index number for the records.
Thank you very much, the Chair. My name is Echampon Isaac, a level 300 student within Bachelor of Commerce with the registration number SBHRM 200039. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Isaac. You're welcome. I believe this is the second time we're meeting this year.
Yes, please.
I like that. I like that. I like people who fall, get back up, and want to continue. I really admire that courage, and I wish you well.
Thank you.
You know the routine already, so we'll take turns,
much.
ask you a couple of questions. Don't forget to smile because we're live on TV UCC, the channel of choice in the University of Competitive Choice. So smile. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there watching you and they're listening also live on ATL 100.5. So relax and let's enjoy ourselves together. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Hello, Isaac.
Yes, Mom.
I have seen that you have reworked your CV,
Yes, please.
which is good news. Except that the heading is bigger than your name. I think it should be the other way around. Then I also realized that you have really minimized the font sizes. We are doing about 8, font size 8 or something. It's very small. So the standard font size 12 for official documents, usually Times New Roman font size 12. So the font is Times New Roman and the font size is 12, usually for official documents. So that is the first thing I see. And then the date of birth, 21st, it's superscript all right, but it's in capital letters. You know, if the month following, so you have 21st August. If the August was also in capital letters, then I wouldn't complain. But you have 21st, ST in capital letters, but August in small letters. Then you have a comma after the 21st, comma after August. These are petty things that you should know. With the leadership rules, I think that the date should have moved up, or you should have sent the other one to the next page. There you don't have page numbers. And then the alignment. If you look at the alignment from your personal details downwards to the leadership rules, it doesn't match. So although it's neat, it's neater than previous. It's neater than previous. But these are the few things that you have to look at. Department of Human Resource Management, the off is usually initial cap. Because you have Department of Marketing, the off is small o. So I don't know why the other department you have big off.
And oversight.
Oversight. Oh dear. So, why have you come again?
Because I believe I still have whatsoever it takes to serve the students' body. So when I went to the office of the Dean of Students to take the letter that states that I have been disqualified, I still realized that yes, still I have these potentials in me that I believe with the opportunity that is there as the coordinating secretary, still I can make myself available to the interest of students. So I thought it wise to file for that nomination, and that brought me here today.
Why do you think you didn't pass the first time?
Based on the letter I received, because according to the student handbook, it is stipulated that you need to have above 50% of the written score in order for you to qualify. So based on the letter I received, that was what was stated. So I realized that, yes. And upon my own analysis, when I went home, I realized that, yes, checking the number of questions I asked and the number of questions I was able to answer and the ones that I wasn't able to answer, I realized that it's a bit worrisome. So I accepted that.
You reviewed the video. Did you review the video?
Actually, I tried to assess it, but that was the problem I was having. I tried assessing mine, but I couldn't get mine. Yes, I couldn't get it.
You should have gone to ATL.
Yes, I personally went to...
Sorry, is that Tvucc?
Yes, I personally went to the page too. So I had to take time to watch all, but waiting to see mine. Because my people were also wanting to see mine, but weren't really getting mine in particular. So I wanted to see so that I could analyze myself very well, but I didn't get that opportunity.
But you just said upon review, you realized that it was worrisome. The thing, you just said something like that.
Yes.
So what did you review? What was in your head?
So when I go back to the hall, in fact, that very day, I couldn't even go to class even the next day. So I had to sit down and analyze. So reflecting what I performed, the way I performed, and I realized that things didn't go well. So me, myself, I didn't feel okay. So I was like, I have to sit down and analyze things. So I had to skip class just yesterday and today to prepare myself very well to come here.
So you are
yes, thank you very much. Yes.
You are well prepared.
Very, very prepared.
So what will you bring on board? What's new? If you get the note, what would you do? That is so significant, and everybody will point to you that this is what Isaac brought as the coordinating secretary.
Thank you very much, the chair. When you talk about coordinating secretary, it's all about organizing. And then with the SRC, you cannot do away with organizing. Because if you want your name to be heard, it's about proper organization. Because we are in an institute whereby we are dealing with students. And time is a factor. Because students wouldn't want the situation whereby we come for a meeting or a program where, we have to be able to manage our time. So we have to take that into consideration in organizing programs. So we have to see to it that programs are organized at the exact time, and also the factors that is going to be on board in order for we to have a successful program or a meeting. So factors that I'm talking about has to do with the time, the date, and also the resources we are bringing on board. These are factors that we have to consider in order for we to have a successful program or meeting.
Did you come on your own, or you were pushed to come?
No, I wasn't pushed by anyone.
You came on your own.
Yes.
Do you have any strength at all?
Pardon?
Strength. Any strength?
Yes, I have strength.
Your biggest strength, yeah.
My biggest strength is to reflect on my weakness and then to come up and then build upon that.
So your biggest strength is to reflect on your weaknesses and come. So what
Yes.
is your weakness?
So my weakness that I realized was the ability to face the crowd. And then I had to reflect on that and come up and then to defend that. So I believe that as of now I feel that, yes, I've been able to overcome that.
Are you naturally shy?
Well, yes, I am. So that actually when I was coming to the university, that was my main objective, that at least as I'm coming, I shouldn't come after the 4 years and go back and still being an introvert. Yes, so that was the main reason that got me to just distance myself a little bit from people way back in the senior high school. So I said to myself that at least before I complete the university, I should have the nerve to just be with people and then be an extrovert. So I'm hoping that at the end of the 4 years, I'll be able to attain that.
Debate president, member of parliament, introvert.
Yes.
I don't believe you.
Introvert in the sense that, with the debate president, it comes with responsibility. So that is a responsibility you have to play. But naturally, when I'm there, I don't feel like I should be mingling with people.
But you have interest in socializing. So what are you talking about?
Yes. That was when I came to the University of Cape Coast.
You are contradicting yourself.
No.
But let me leave you. You say you are shy, but your interest is socializing. How can a shy person be socializing?
So initially, I made mention of the fact that my main objective of coming to the university, that after the 4 years, I should be able to overcome that shyness. And that is something I'm working on. And I've realized that in order for you to do that, you have to develop interest in socializing in order for you to attain that.
So you are socializing?
Yes, please.
How many people have you socialized?
So far, about 3,000 of the student populace.
Yeah, I've heard. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Isaac.
Yes, Chair.
Okay, so there is this session under the Directorate of Human Resource. Under the Directorate, there is a unit or a session. They process study leave and scholarship for students and individuals. Can you help us with the name of this session?
Please come over and give me the question.
Please, this is the last time I'm doing that, so kindly pay attention. I said there is a session under the Directorate of Human Resource, okay? And under the Directorate, there is a session, okay? So a bigger universal asset and a subset under the universal asset, you get it? So the subset here, process study leaves and scholarship for individuals and students. Can you identify or tell us the subset?
Actually, I don't really recall that one.
Okay, so let me help you out. It's the training and development session, okay? And they are responsible for study leaves, the process of study leaves and scholarship for students. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Isaac,
The Chair.
your question. How would you stay organized and prioritize tasks when managing multiple events?
Come again with a question.
How would you stay organized and prioritize tasks when managing multiple events?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So when it comes to multiple tasks, what I would have to do is that I have to consider the time management. So with the time management, since it's the team that we are working, we have to, or I have to consider the time factor of all the teammates and see to it that as at the point in time that probably with the multiple tasks that we are working on, we can break it into segments whereby with this particular people that probably with this day, that time would favor them, we consider these people. So it's all about, since the SRC is a whole team, we break them into segments and apportion them based on the time that they will be free, so that we can be able to break the task down in order for we all to perform that duty.
Is it only about time management?
And also about involving the whole team in the multiple tasks.
Okay, it's very good.
All right, Isaac.
The Chair.
I can see you are very interested in numbers since you've been able to identify the number of students you've come into contact with to be 3,000.
Yes.
So I need you to answer this question for me. A student or group of students want to impeach the the SRC coordinating secretary.
secretary.
So what is the necessary procedure and the required measures needed for the student to embark on this activity?
Thank you very much. So with the impeachment, I believe that there is a need for the student to have a petition. So with a petition, they should have a petition with a percentage of 5% of the student populace, of which they have their names, their signature on the petition, so that they can submit it to the Dean of Students, so that the process can be done.
I thought you have this at ease, but with the impeachment, you need at least 5 students with the support of the signatures of not less than 10% of the eligible student voters. They shall petition to the Judicial Board through the Chief Justice, and a copy will be sent to the Dean of Students so that the impeachment may commence or proceed. Okay.
Okay.
And you'll find this in the Article 77 of the SRC Constitution.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So your answer was wrong.
Okay. Isaac.
The chair.
Okay. Tell us about the amalgamated committee.
Thank you very much. So when you talk about the amalgamated committee, they take into consideration of social factors and also religious factors. So all social activities that are in the university, that is what they concentrate on.
So tell us about the composition.
So with the composition, it is 15. With the amalgamated, the composition has to do with 15 members, of which the person who chairs that committee will be done by the vice president.
So what group come together to form the committee?
That is the executive committee, the executive council. But what I know is that it's the responsibility of the vice president to elect the chairperson who is going to lead that committee.
It is not the vice president. Okay, so you are partly correct. I'll give you half for that. So with the amalgamated committee, it should be made up of 15 members, which include representatives of social, ethnic, academic, and then religious clubs. And it is the president who decides who the chairperson should be. So I'll give you half for that.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Champo.
The chair.
Yes. So I'll also give you 2 offenses. Then you will tell me the sanctions. I want the first sanctions written in the student handbook before any slash. You get the
Yes.
scenario, the preamble.
Yes, please.
Rules. Okay. So subletting of rooms in halls by students. That's one offense. And then the next offense is unauthorized health work. Mr. Champo.
Thank you very much. So with the first one, it has to do with the students will be ejected from the hall.
And the second one?
And then the second one the students involved or the students who are involved will be rusticated for 2 semesters.
That's your final answer. Let's make progress.
Yes, please.
Okay. So according to the student handbook, page 46, subletting of rooms in halls by students, the sanction is rustication for 2 semesters. And then for the unauthorized health walk, you find the answer in the student handbook, page 47. And then the actual first sanction stated there is a fine before any other thing comes. Fine. 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 We got the question wrong.
Okay. Mr. Isaac,
The chair.
welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm listening to your question carefully. Individuals in a group embarking on a draft mission deliberately disrupted an official ceremony of the university, but the identities of these individuals in the group are not known. How and what appropriate sanctions will be applied?
Please come over again with the question.
The question again. This is the last time I'll read the question to you. The question is, individuals in a group embarking on a draft mission. Did you get draft?
Yes.
Okay. Deliberately disrupted an official ceremony of the university, but the identities of these individuals in the group are not known. The question is, how and what appropriate sanctions will be applied?
The identities are not known. I believe that with draft, before you can organize a draft, you have to go through a process. And through the process, you can have, or before you commence with that process, there is a need for you to have the names of the students, then their registration numbers, before the draft can take place. So if we want to get the students who are involved, I believe we can get it from the list that was submitted to the Dean of Students. And based on that, they can be punished or rusticated.
The question is not asking you how they are going to identify them or you should identify them. No. The question is asking you how and what appropriate sanctions will be applied.
So would be rusticated for 2 semesters.
Who will be rusticated for 2 semesters? You don't know them. That is why I'm saying
Okay,
the identities are not known. So I don't know who you'll be rusticating for 2 semesters.
So the leader of the group.
I think I'm not accepting multiple responses. So you have a final chance that will make progress.
So when it becomes very difficult to identify the particular people, the sanctions goes to the entire group.
Let's make progress. Since you are quiet, let's make progress. The group will actually be sanctioned since you can identify the individuals. And the appropriate sanctions shall be determined by the Vice Chancellor on the advice of the disciplinary committee. So you just get 1/3 of the mark. You have attempted. Thank you.
Mr. Champo.
The chair.
Okay, thank you. So we are still talking about the responsibility of the academic staff and students. Are you with me?
Yes.
Meaning that the question I'm about to ask you is in regard to the responsibilities of the academic staff and students. Please, can we proceed?
Yes, please.
So it's in the form of a riddle. I see to it that student marks have been keyed into
The
the
examination officer.
No, it's not correct. So this is the last chance. I see to it that students' marks have been keyed into the university database on time after the end of the semester examination. I'm looking for the exact person, not as in the name, like the exact thing. I don't want a general, like, examination officer, no.
The head of department.
Please come again.
Because I know is the examination officer based on the student handbook.
Okay, so I was looking out for departmental examination officer. Okay, so that is a good attempt. Thank you.
It's a correct answer. The answer is correct. So it is now the name has even changed.
Oh, okay.
So they are called departmental registration and examination officers. So the acronym is DREO. DREO. Departmental registration and examination officers.
Thank you very much, the chair.
Well, we'll give it to you.
All right. Isaac.
The chair.
Please, let's do this. Right program, course, and prerequisite courses. I want you to explain to this panel what a program is, what a course is, and what a prerequisite course is. And you know, there are key words in these things I expect to hear.
Yes, please.
All right.
Thank you very much, the chair. So when it comes to the program, it deals with, it's more like a package. So according to the academic policy, it is a package that entails courses. So upon you reading these courses, you would come out with a degree. So that is what I know about the program. It comprises of courses.
You are correct. Continue.
So
we don't have so much time.
With a course, it contains titles and then the credit hours associated with the course.
Right. The keywords have been mentioned, so let's continue with the prerequisite.
So with the prerequisite courses are courses that you need to excel in order to take the next level courses.
All right. I think I'll give it to you. The keywords I'm looking at, you've been able to mention them, so thank you.
Isaac.
The chair.
Are you a leader?
Yes, please.
You're a leader?
Yes, please.
Are you a good leader?
Yes, please, a good leader.
What makes you a good leader?
Thank you very much. A good leader is someone who not just to lead people or to direct people, but has the ability to influence people to be motivated in order for them to also reach their potentials.
So do you think leaders should coerce followers in achieving goals? You know what coercion is?
To involve them.
Coerce. To coerce.
To bring them on board.
No. To sort of like force, cunningly force people.
No, please.
Why?
I don't believe in that. Because as a leader, you are there because of the people. And so if you are forcing subordinates to perform a task that they are not willing to do, at the end, your name or your reputation is not really recognized. But
it gets you the results. It's the only way that you can achieve results. It's the only way that you can get the people to give you results.
I believe that when you're a leader, when you make it so transparent, everything that you do, there is a need for you to involve them. Whether it is going wrong or is going at the good side, you just have to involve them. Because when you involve them, they know that this is the situation at hand. So at least we have no other choice than to use this platform or to use this podium or this path in order to make it done. So when you involve them, everything is about communication.
You speak to them and then they understand it, rather than imposing it on them.
All right, good.
Okay. Isaac,
The chair.
what's the name of the position you are vying for?
Coordinating secretary.
Coordinating secretary.
Yes, please.
Is that what was written in the advert?
Yes, please.
Are you sure it was not SRC coordinating secretary? Are
Yes.
the two the same?
No, please.
Oh, okay.
But I think that since the positions that we are aspiring for is in context of the SRC, so when I see coordinating secretary, automatically I'm representing the SRC.
Okay.
So why do we have local nooks? Is it not part of the cocktail?
Yes, please, it is part of the chair. But we will,
Please stick to the nomenclature. Don't create your own.
thank you very much, the chair.
Okay, so before I ask my question, I want to find out from you, is item 13 a right or a privilege?
It should be all right.
You should be all right.
Yes, please.
Are you sure?
Sure.
So why is that when I don't come for program, my item 30 is not given to me?
So thank you very much. But I believe that the item 13 is there purposely for the program. It's a way of getting the attention of the student body to come on board. So it's a form of motivation. So it is there just for them to come on board. Because sometimes you go out there and then I hear them when they come out for to speak to us about a program, the moment they make mention of the item 13, even if you are not really prepared to go, but as at that point in time, someone don't really have what to eat in the afternoon, so would have no other choice than to depend on the item 13.
Don't you think that is injustice? We all pay the same school fees.
Yes, yes, please.
So why would you give someone by virtue of the person being there?
It's not injustice, because with item 13 is in the context of the program. So before a program would be organized, there is a need for we to bring on board all the expenses or the expenditures involved. So they consider that to be part of the expenses of the program that has been endorsed with the SRC. So I think that it is not something that is say illegal or something, but it's the right thing to do, since it is part of the expenditure or the budget that has been drawn by the SRC. So it is on a good note.
So let's go to your main question. So I'm an officer of the university. Every purchase which is to be made by the university requires my signature. Which officer am I? I'm an officer of the university. Every spending in the university needs my approval. Which officer am I?
The Directorate of Finance.
No, so that's the
I
VC.
see.
Isaac.
The chair.
Okay, I'll go straight to my question. There is going to be another inaugural lecture tomorrow at the SMS auditorium. The inaugural lecture, the speaker for the lecture is Professor Augustine Tanley. What is the theme for this inaugural lecture? The title.
Please come over again.
I said there is going to be an inaugural lecture tomorrow at the SMS auditorium by Professor Augustine Tanley. What is the title of this inaugural lecture?
It is about entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Are you sure? Have you ever attended an inaugural lecture before?
No.
Isaac,
not any
you don't.
that I can recall.
Hmm?
Not any that I can recall.
Not. Okay, so you attended an inaugural lecture and you don't know whether you went or not. Okay, let me ask you another question. At least give you a chance to score some points. Who is the immediate past Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana? The immediate past Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Hasn't been long since he left office. Okay.
I don't have idea about that.
Yeah, I think I've given you enough time to gather your thoughts. So the theme or title for the inaugural lecture is Interrogating North-South Seasonal Labor Migration in Ghana as a Livelihood Strategy. And then the immediate past CJ of Ghana is Justice Kwesi Enin Yeboah. His Lordship.
Thank you very much.
All right. Isaac.
Thank you. Sir, the chair.
It's been nice interacting with you. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
You hear from the committee.
Thank
Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Right. So we're still live inside the old academic board chamber, and we're interacting with nominees for the position of SRC coordinating secretary. We have 2 more candidates to go. We interact with them. Those of you who are watching us live on TV UCC, the channel of choice, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also leave your comments in the comment section as well. We'll hand over to you PDF shortly, and then we'll take over from you.
Right. This is TV UCC, and of course, we do appreciate your time. We'll take some few minutes to read a couple of messages that we have received here. And I must inform you that this is a special vetting for students who filed nomination forms to contest for the position of SRC coordinating secretary. And this makes it special because after the 4-day vetting exercise held at J. Nano Pokuajiman Auditorium, the vetting committee declared the position of SRC coordinating secretary vacant. Nobody qualified for the vetting, and that explains why we find ourselves at the old academic board chamber of University of Cape Coast. So if you are around the University of Cape Coast campus, you can join us here, and of course you can have a feel of what is happening. But if you want to stick to your screen, to do well to write to us. I'm reading 1 or 2 messages before the next nominee joins us here. Franklin says that, the inaugural lecture questions there, it appears nobody has been able to answer. Where do we hear them from? Frank, listen to ATL-FM. Listen to ATL. You should be listening to ATL-FM because we've been talking about this. And Yeboah keeps us, comes in with this one. The current affairs things are quite difficult too, because the things we normally learn, we do not normally look at the current really, but not when you are going for interview. And brother, you should get yourself prepared. And this is from Yeboah. Wow. Today's vetting is calm, cool, and hot. How can it be calm, cool, and hot? Right. And Franklin comes in with this one. Right. Lady D all the way. Atamfo enye nyame. Sandra, PDF, please tell the gentlemen to hold on for the ladies because the position is for the ladies. Abba. And this one is from Michael. Wow, TVUCC, you are doing well. Kudos, gentlemen. All right, we are grateful, Michael, for that comment. Right, so we'll pause here and hand over to the chairman of the vetting committee. They are ready to receive the next nominee for the vetting. Do stay with us, we'll be back.
Thank you very much. We're still live on TVUCC, the channel of choice, transmitting live from the old academic board chamber. Please take your seat. I want to say a very big thank you to Campus Broadcasting Services for helping us do this. We are interacting with the last but one nominee for the position of SRC Coordinating Secretary. You're welcome, madam.
Thank you.
Kindly state your name and registration number for our records.
I'm Martha Otuko Otu, and that's number AHCND 200005.
Thank you, Martha. You're welcome.
Thank you, Prof. Chair.
Is this the first time we're meeting?
No, please.
We've met before.
Yes, please.
What happened?
Okay. So, I actually came for a vetting for aspiring for the position of SRC Coordinating Secretary last vetting time, but my vetting results were not up to 50%, so I was disqualified.
Oh, and you're back?
Yes, please.
Better prepared than before?
Yes, please.
Okay, I like that spirit. So, as usual, we'll take turns to go through your CV, do a brief background check, and then we'll take turns to ask you questions, and then we'll make progress. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
All right.
Hello, Martha. Or it's Martha? Is it Martha or Martha?
It's announced any of them.
Any of them?
Yes, please.
I see. So how do you call yourself?
Martha.
Martha. I think you've cleaned your CV. It's pretty neat. You still have some dashes and hyphens, though. But the heading is J, and then the other is neat.
Thank you.
You know, when it's neat, when you make mistakes, I don't even see. So that's it. But the last time I asked you the difference between presentation skills and facilitation skills.
Yes, please.
Let me ask you again, because I thought you fused them. You fused it into one.
Okay.
So what is the difference?
Okay, thank you, Prof. Chair. Please, the presentation skills, it's facilitating skills is you leading a discussion. That's you facilitate. So when you are facilitating, you are actually leading a discussion. Then presentation, I will tailor it to PowerPoint presentation. So
when you are doing a presentation, you're also leading, because everybody keeps quiet and listens to you when you are doing a presentation.
Yes, please.
So what's the clear difference?
You are also leading, but with facilitating, you engage the group in a discussion.
So when you are doing a presentation, you don't engage the group?
Oh, you engage them, but it's not as compared to facilitating, but both of them are working on.
I'm wondering why you use the dot and then the correct sign. I mean, the tick and then the bullet. Why did you use both? I thought you would have used one, either the bullet or... Is the tick showing something different from... Okay, so it's showing you... Tell me about your secretaryship at the Clinical Nutrition and Dietetics.
Okay, thank you, Prof. So, when I am a secretary at the Department of Clinical Nutrition and Dietetics. So there I take records, organize meetings, and also give informations or dissemination of information to executive members when we want to have a meeting.
Why do you want to be the coordinating secretary?
Thank you,
SRC
Prof. Chair.
coordinating secretary.
I want to be the SRC coordinating secretary because when I come to office, I'll actually bring the
We are listening.
basic school policies. I'll actually bring basic school policies in the sense that with my executives, I'll liaise with my executives so that when this policy is being established, we can reach out to the basic school students, because when you look around in Cape Coast here, some of the junior high students, most of them are in the house because of basic necessity of education. They don't go to school. So when I come into office, we'll liaise with my executive members, then we'll try to bring this kind of policy on board.
Why do you think you are the best among the other people?
So I think I'm the best among the other, with the others, because with my failures and with my gains I've gone through, I think I'm best to fit into this position.
So who encouraged you to come back?
No one, please. I took a bold decision myself.
Did you cry when you saw your letter? Were you
No,
very,
please.
you didn't cry?
I was very sad, but I told myself this is not the end of the world. And I know to be successful, you have to fail. So I told myself to come the second time. Even if I fail again and we are all disqualified, I'll come again.
So why did you think you failed the last time?
Okay, thank you. So I realized that when I was answering my questions, at a point in time, I felt tense and I didn't really say anything. So the confidence came down and I wasn't able to say anything again.
Are you tense now?
Not really.
But a bit?
No.
You wrote here that you can sing, so sing for us and let's continue.
Okay. So.
Don't sing a hymn. If you sing a hymn, then don't sing. Let's
Okay.
continue.
So, I don't need more edima vejuhane na meya wadum nanka sitne beyeden crow oh how na yedimpa nenswadum nudi me kinda Nyami wado yi ashema besine.
Thank you very much. You have a very good voice.
Thank
You have a very good voice. My last but one question. You know the referees? You have Professor something, and then you brought senior member before their department. The first one. So you don't need the senior member. Once the person is a professor, obviously everybody knows that the senior member. So the name, and then if it was a designation, maybe head of department, something. But everybody knows that in the university system, once somebody is a professor, the person is a senior member. So you don't bring that.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any strength? Can you tell us about your strength or your strengths, a couple of them, quickly?
Okay, thank you. One of my strengths I have is not giving up, even if the situation gets tougher. I'll try to persevere to make it done and bring my best out of it. Thank you.
Any weakness that you are working on to improve?
So my weakness I have is me not, even if I fail, me not accepting the fact that I failed, but still want to persevere to do something.
I'm sure that's your weakness.
Yes, please.
So thank you very much. And I wish
Thank
you
you.
all the best.
Thank you.
Martha,
Yes, please.
so not too long ago, the university celebrated its 60th anniversary. Okay. Kindly tell us the theme for its 60th anniversary.
Prof. Chair, please, I've forgotten.
Okay, so the theme was 60 years of higher education, expanding the frontiers. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Martha?
Yes, please.
Okay, your question.
Okay.
How best would you ensure a strong collaboration among the team members during the planning and execution of events?
Please, can you repeat the question again?
Please listen well. How best would you ensure a strong collaboration among the team members during the planning and execution of events?
Okay, thank you. Okay, so one, communication. I believe that in every situation, communication is key. So how best I can execute.
How best you can execute your plan?
Okay, so how best I can execute my plan is one, communication, by using the tool of communication, and also teamwork and collaboration among my team members. That's where I'll bring everyone on board in the team. I'm not going to use only my idea to work as a team, but we are a team, so I believe that most of them will also bring different ideas on board, and we'll collaborate with that, and we can execute the best plan. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's very good.
Martha,
Yes, please.
I hope you are relaxed.
Yes, please.
All right. So, a member of the Executive Council who has successfully completed his tenure of office, they are given titles. So, what title is given to such a council member?
Thank you, Prof. Chair. Elder of Councillor.
Come again.
Elder of Councillor.
Okay, I will give it to you. That's fine.
Thank you.
Martha.
Yes, please.
So the UCC Cadet Corps failed to mount a joint guard of honor during the SRC State of Affairs address held at the new Examination Council. Who will you inquire from? And list any two ranks beneath that person's rank.
Okay, thank you. Please, the Cadet Corps Commander, the Adjutant.
Which of them are you answering first? Are you giving the ranks or the person you inquire from?
The person I will inquire from.
And who is that person?
The head of the security.
Should I repeat let me repeat the question for you. The UCC Cadet Corps failed to mount a joint guard of honor during the SRC State of Affairs address held at the new Examination Council. Who will you inquire from? And list any two ranks along that chain of command.
Sure. So I'll inquire from the Adjutant.
The Adjutant.
Yes, please.
Okay, any two ranks along the chain of command.
The second in command, the 2IC.
Okay. And then what else?
Please, that's what I know for now. Thank you.
Okay, so we should inquire from the Commander-in-Chief.
Okay.
And he is in the person of the SRC President, His Excellency Latif Lawrence, Gerald. And then along the chain of command, we have the Adjutant, we have the Ensign, we have the Junior Ensign, and then Regimental Sergeant Major. Okay. So you could give any of them, but then you had them wrong.
Thank you.
Miss Otu,
Yes, please.
under the counseling center, we know they offer services in areas such as academic and career, personal, social, marriage, and then group counseling. Under the academic and career counseling, I want you to mention 3 areas that students can seek help from the center regarding those areas.
Okay, so with respect to academics, okay, so one, when students want to defer their programs, then 2, students who wants to take supplementary exams, then 3, so with
What you are giving are actually examples.
okay.
That's not what I'm looking for. In the student handbook, page 65, item lettered A.
Sorry, did you hear the question? Well,
Did you hear my question?
You said with respect to counseling academics, those under.
Me, that's what I said.
so listen to the question well, because I realized you didn't hear the question.
I'm saying that, you know, the school, this university provides counseling services to students.
Yes, please.
And I'm saying some of the areas the service renders its services includes academic or career counseling. That is what we are talking about.
Okay.
And I'm saying under the career and academic and career counseling, we have areas, not examples, areas that students can seek help from the center in relation to those areas. And I want you to mention those areas. Let me read directly from the book.
Okay.
Academic and career counseling. Students should seek help from the center in respect to the following. List 3 of the items listed underneath this heading.
Oh, academic advice. Please, I took some counsel from there.
Okay, so in the student handbook, like I stated earlier, page 65, item lettered A, we have study habits. 2, we have choice of academic programs. We have career implications for various programs. We have postgraduate programs available in the university and other universities in Ghana and abroad. So you are wrong.
Martha,
Yes, please.
you are welcome back.
Thank you.
My question is in 2 parts.
Okay.
And I'm sure before you appear here to be vetted, at least you should have done a background checkup of those who are part of the panel. So the first part I'm asking you is, who is the current vice chair of the vetting panel as we sit now? Did you get the question?
Yes, please.
You got the question right?
Yes, please.
Yes, so. We should make progress.
Yes, please.
We should make progress?
Yes, please.
Okay. Now let's take the other part so that we can make progress.
Okay.
Who is the current dean of students? I want the name of the dean of students currently.
Please, you can make progress.
We can make progress. Oh, I'm very sorry, but let's actually make progress. The first question I ask you, Mommy is here, you should have.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know
Oh,
her.
sorry. So the name is Professor Mrs. Rebecca D. Mensah. And the name of the Dean of Students currently is Professor Eugene K.M. Dati. So thank you very much.
Martha, please, I'm here. Thank you. Please listen attentively. At what level will a professional certificate holder be admitted to the University of Cape Coast?
At what level will a professional certificate holder be admitted to the university? Is that your question?
Yes, please, that was what I said.
So when the person has passed 6 of his or her courses, which is 3 electives and 3 core.
Okay, that's incorrect. The last attempt.
So when the person has a certificate of WASI or SSC.
That's also incorrect. So the level of candidate will depend on the assessment of the certificate by the relevant faculty, school, or department. Thank you.
All right. Martha.
Yes, please.
The university attaches so much importance to exposing students to their academic content. I think you agree with me.
Yes.
And as a secular university, there are days or there are times we are not allowed to have lectures, like the weekends and holidays. Is this one true or false?
This is true.
That we are not allowed, as a secular university, we are not allowed to have classes or quizzes or exams, either holidays or weekends. We are not allowed as a secular university.
Please, we are allowed.
All right, now let's make progress. The question is that for a 1 credit course, I told you from my preamble that we attach so much importance to students attending lectures, therefore having been exposed to their content. So my question is that there are 2. For 1 credit course, there are a number of classes or contact hours that a student is not supposed to miss. I want you to tell me the hours that for an 1 credit hour course, and the second one is for 3 credit courses. How many are you not allowed to miss, such that the lecturer can rule over you that you will not be writing his or her paper?
Okay, thank you, Prof. Chair. Please, a minute. Okay, so with the 1 credit hours, you are not supposed to miss 3 hours.
Okay. That one you got it correct for your motivation.
Okay, so with the 3 credit hours, you are not supposed to miss 8 hours.
Last attempt, that is not correct.
Please, 6.
All right, 8 plus 1 will give you what?
Please, is that
8 plus 1.
8 plus 1?
8 plus 1.
9.
All right, so the answer is 9. So you've gotten the first pass correct and the other one wrong. So you get above average.
Okay.
Martha,
Yes, please.
are leaders born or they are made?
Please, leaders are born.
Can you explain?
Please, the first question. Leaders are born or they are made?
Made, yes.
Made.
Can you make a leader? Can you make someone a leader, or they should necessarily be born as leaders?
I think you can make someone a leader.
So do you get my question? Are leaders born or they are made? Whichever you choose. Let us know your reason.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so leaders are made. So I believe that when you see certain qualities in someone and the person actually portrays a particular qualities, you can actually make the person a leader based on your qualities you find in the person as a leader.
Come again.
I believe that you can actually make someone a leader when you find the qualities of a leader in someone. You can actually make the person a leader.
I'm not sure you got my question. Can someone who is not born a leader become a leader?
Yes, please.
So what are some of the things that can help such an individual become a leader?
I believe leadership is a learning process. So if you want to be a leader and necessarily you are not born to be a leader, you can actually learn to become one.
So what are some of the things you have to learn to become a leader?
So one, as a leader, I believe that you have to listen to your followers, what they say. And also, you also have to be tolerant. You also have to be honest and true.
Are these virtues you learn, or these are virtues you're born with?
These are virtues one can also learn.
You can also learn.
Yes, please.
Right. That's a good attempt. Let's make progress.
Okay. For fairness sake, did you go to revise what happened in the first interview?
Yes, please.
So what was your question? What was the question I asked you? If you get it correct, at least you get something for that. So what was your question?
Okay. The question you asked me, please, were you the one that asked me the questions on financial policies?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you asked me the accounts of the university.
Okay.
And you asked me whether I know the accounts, and I said no. And you said there are 3 accounts, and you named them for me.
Okay, so for doing that, I'll give you 2 points. Now let's go to your question for the day,
Okay, thank you.
which was, so you listen. The university has various accounts to operate.
Yes, please.
The university has various accounts to operate. Can you give me the signatory to the local account?
Okay, so the signatories to the local account. One is the Vice Chancellor,
Okay.
the Registrar,
Okay.
and Directorate of Finance.
Okay, so that is correct. And well done for revising the video.
Thank you.
Martha,
Yes, please.
UCC has organized a summer school. The maiden edition took place. It actually began this year, so the maiden edition took place this summer.
Summer school.
Yes. How many days did it take? And what is this summer school in itself? And which directorate organized it?
Okay, so thank you. But please, I take some counsel from above because this is the first time I'm here in summer school.
Oh, okay, yes. It's the maiden edition, so it's the first time we're all hearing of summer school in UCC. And it's a research summer school. And it lasted 5 days, and it was organized by the Directorate of Research, Innovation, and Consultancy.
Thank you.
Martha.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much for coming.
Okay, thank you.
You hear from us.
All right.
We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
All right, so we're still transmitting live from the old Academic Board Chamber, and we're live on TV UCC, the channel of choice, and on ATL 100.5. We'll hand over to the PDF shortly, and then we'll take over from there. We're about to interact with the last candidate for the day, and then hopefully we'll do a declaration of the vetting results live on TV UCC and on ATL 100.5. So over to you, PDF.
Thank you, the chair. Now I'm picking your messages right away. Evans, oh, Martha, this second coming there, could it be Jesus' second coming? Afredina, this vetting committee there, even if you cry, they won't mind you. Oh, Afredina. This one says that, Yaboa, so in case she fails again, would they disqualify her? Yaboa. Well, maybe we'll leave that for the committee to respond to that. And this one is from Anna. Oh, TV UCC, you are doing well. We do appreciate. Okay, thank you very much. We also appreciate your time. Please, would they vet the local news president again? No, we wouldn't vet them again. We are done. Because no one qualified. And then for this position during the vetting held at Jane Nanopukwajman Auditorium, that is why we organizing this one. So they wouldn't vet the local news president. And this one is asking, please, when are they going to read the manifesto on ATLFM? Would update you on those. On the schedule, we'll get to the schedule for the election. This one says that, wow, nice sound with quality video. TV UCC, you're doing well. Thank you very much. And this one also says that, hey, so they opened the nomination, no 8 people. Abba, UCC 4 people. This one also says that, is there anyone from Adeshe among the aspirants? Yet to find out. And this one comes in with, hey, so she couldn't mention the name of the Madam CV. Just say Madam CV and go your way. Oh, really, Madam CV? That is not the name. Her name is Professor Mrs. Rebecca Daimensa. That is her name. Right, so the committee is ready to receive the next nominee. Of course, you're going to interrogate the last nominee for this portfolio. Do stay with us and keep your comments coming, as I've been saying. Shortly, I'll be back on your screen to read your messages. I'm Louise Perkin. Call me PDF, and I'll hug you.
Thank you, the PDF. We're still live on the channel of choice in the University of Competitive Choice, transmitting live from the old Academic Board Chamber. And we're about to interact with the final candidate for the position of the SRC Coordinating Secretary. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Kindly state your name and registration number for our records.
Please, my name is Ruka Abdulaziz, registration number BS MBB 200001.
Ruka, send us one.
Sanukadi.
Have you appeared before us before?
No, this is my first time.
This is your first time?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So, as usual, we'll take turns to interact with you, ask you a couple of questions. There's a bottle of water, there's a pen and a paper. Feel free. And then make sure you smile for the cameras. We are live on the best TV on any university campus and in Ghana, in the best university in Ghana. That's called the TVUCC, the channel of choice. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed to the channel of choice, you do so.
I have done that.
You have done that. Oh, that's wonderful. Make sure you share with your family, so you can also leave your comments. They can also leave their comments in the chat sections, and then we'll read them. Okay, so make sure you smile for the camera. Good, good,
Okay.
good, good. And then speak audibly so that all others in the University of Cape Coast can hear you. Is that okay?
Yes,
So
please.
we'll take turns, ask you a couple of questions, and then we should be good to go.
Okay,
Right.
thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Hello, it was Rukia.
Yes, please.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, Rukaya. So
Rukaya.
Yes.
So can I call you Ruka?
Yes.
Ruka.
Or Ruki.
Ruki.
Yes,
Ruki.
please.
Okay, that's easier. Ruki, tell me about plant sociological ecology.
Okay. So plant sociological ecology is basically a course that gives us an overview of what kind of plants are these, and then the kind of
Take your time. It's a course you have done, so take your time and tell us. It's interesting. I just chanced on it, and I want to know more about it. Yes, sir.
Yes, so plant ecology is a course that basically talks about plants, different kinds of plants, and then which kind of yes, and then which kind of environments we can find certain plants. Yeah, the science behind it.
Is it a difficult course?
To me, it was a bit challenging for me. Yeah.
So why are you here?
Please, I'm here to be vetted for the position of SRC Coordinating Secretary for 2023-2024 academic year.
Why are you coming today? It was advertised a while back. Why didn't you join the first train?
So the first one was, I learned it was by appointment, so I didn't apply for that. So the second one, I was actually going for a position at the departmental level, and then the nomination were open at the same time with coordinating secretary. I said, since it has been my dream to serve the student fund, then why not go for the coordinating secretary?
You are in level 300.
Yes, please.
What have you done so far? In the school, in your department, in your hall, what have you done so far?
Okay, so I started with department from level 100. So I joined the Media and Publicity Committee, where I contributed to the committee by, I was not the one taking the pictures or what, so I just go with them when they are having programs, and then make sure that people are seated right, and then the media can just capture the right moment. Yeah, that was what I did in level 100. So in level 200, since I've always loved to serve the SRC, I took part in the Programs and Projects Committee. I volunteered to take part of the association, the committee, so that I can also put in my best and then help the students front, since it has always been something I've loved to do.
Which department do you belong to again?
Department of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology.
Okay. And which hall?
I'm affiliated to Adishi Hall.
And you've never been part of any committee in addition?
No.
For all the 3 years?
No.
I see. Who is the current coordinating secretary? SRC coordinating secretary. Who is the current SRC coordinating secretary?
She's called Emily. Emily.
Emily what? Are you sure she's Emily?
Yes, Emily.
Do you know her?
Yes, I know her.
Have you spoken with her?
No.
You didn't tell her about your desire to take over from her?
No, it was rather the secretary I was interacting with.
You wanted to come as a secretary?
No.
So what's the difference between the secretary and the coordinating secretary?
So the secretary is the one responsible for organizing programs that are organizing programs for the executive board, and then they are the ones that plan meetings and then programs for the SRC. So they outline the programs for each semester to be approved by the SRC. And then the secretary is the responsibility of the secretary is to take minutes during a meeting and also put down the outline in the meeting, whatever goes into a meeting, and what happens after the meeting. And then she also writes to organizations to seek for support for the SRC.
Tell me about female personality, most influential female personality 2022.
Okay. So it was an award that was being given to me by the department. So this was measured from what I've been able to do as a student in a class. So when it comes to someone to, if they are looking for someone to take up any role, like let's say if the lecturer has, let's say, apportioned a particular day for a quiz, there is always, and then let's say that quiz is not favorable for the class, because with my program, we usually have it with other courses, other classes. So there is always this fear among the students that who should go to the lecturer to plead with the lecturer to help us get the quiz done on a particular day, or it should be favorable to us. So when it happens, nobody stands out. So I've always been that person that goes in and then talks to the lecturer. And then because of my influential ability, I'm able to talk to the lecturer, and then he does something about.
So who gave you the award?
It was a departmental award. There was a D9, D9 awards night.
So it's your peers?
Yes, that nominated me for the position.
I am finding it very difficult to relate. Should I say relate to or relate with your CV? The way it has been done. So you started with education, and then with education comes this award. I think you should have separated it from, because it's a bit messy. To begin with, you don't have a heading. So I think you should have had that. And you don't have a personal details. You don't have those things that will easily identify you, your date of birth, your all those personal details, religion, whatever, all those details. I don't know whether you are a Ghanaian or not. Are you a Ghanaian?
Yes, I'm a Ghanaian.
And all that. Okay. So we don't have that here. Your margins are horrible. You should have justified your margins. And then I think, I don't know whether it's because you bold in everything. So you have Bachelor of Science. I wish you had arranged it in a better form hand, so that you have a session for all these awards. So now if I'm looking for your SHS information, where would I find it? Because it's not here, is it? Because I thought your educational background, you would have your JHS, SHS, and then uni, in that order. But you just have education, and then you have just the course, the program you are undertaking now. Then you move to experience. That's not bad. You are the Scholarship and Sponsorship Committee Chairperson for UCC what?
GIMSA.
What is GIMSA?
Ghana Muslim Students Association.
All right. So you get scholarship for Muslim students?
Yeah, I assist in finding
scholarship on campus?
Yes.
So if I want a scholarship and I'm not a Muslim, you won't give me?
Oh, it's not always just the Muslims. Some of the Muslims even recommend the Christians, so I help them with
I would have said it's discriminatory, but if you give Christians, then let me not go there. Then maybe one or two more. Yeah, I think you should look at your funds, your arrangements and things. It's not looking good. But you've worked for local NUCs. Tell us about that.
So I joined the committee for local NUCs, that's programs and projects. So what we did during that time was a project that we did. I think that was a read and write project. So that one, they wanted each and every committee member to go around, do publicity to get enough exercise book to donate to the neighboring schools they want to share those exercise books to. And then there are other things that they were looking out for to share to these schools. So that was the program that happened during that.
So were you a member or an executive member?
I was a committee member.
But here you have executive member. March to December, executive member. April to December, executive member.
Okay.
So you have to note that. And then, do you have any weaknesses at all?
Please.
Do you have any weaknesses at all?
Weaknesses?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you want to share one with us? Any weakness you are working so hard to improve upon?
Okay.
You don't have a weakness. Are you an angel or are you a human being? My friend, tell us something.
Okay, my weakness is perfection.
You're a perfectionist.
Yes.
Okay. What about your strength?
My strength, I've always had the ability to influence, so that is my strength. I can influence easily. That is my strength. Yeah.
Your department, your referees. I keep saying it's referees, not references. You have references here, and then biology and biotechnology in small letters. That is not right. And then drawn craft design. The design, I think, should also be in capital letters. Are you a designer? I can see UX designer, drawn craft design.
Yes.
You're a designer. What do you design?
That one is, what is it called?
August 2022 to present.
Yes.
So what do you do?
I'm a UI UX designer. So what the UI UX designer does is, so they come up with a product. They come up with a product that is always in line with what is being given to us, and then make sure that that product is able to be used by everybody. That is what we call the experience. So when the user uses your product easily, or the user is able to navigate through your product very easily. So the experience that user gets is what we call the user experience. And then the UI is the layout of the design. Yeah.
Oh, I'm all confused. What kind of design do you deal in?
It's a product design.
Product. So which product?
So mobile application, web app.
So it's not dress design?
No.
Mobile application?
Web apps, websites.
Okay. I see. I see. I may come back to you. I'm finding it very difficult to read your thing. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
Ruka, yeah. I'm here.
Okay.
So I would like you to tell me the dates that the Directorate of Physical Development and Estate Management was established, and one responsibility of that directorate.
Please, Directorate of...
I would like you to tell us the date that the Directorate for Physical Development and Estate Management was established, and one responsibility of that directorate.
The Directorate of Physical Development, right? They were established in I can't recall the date.
Okay, so the Directorate for Physical Management, Physical Development and Estate Management was established on the 4th of May 1962, and they are responsible for maintenance, estate management, grounds and gardens, telecommunication, electricity, and what have you. Okay, so you didn't get it right. Thank you.
Okay.
Ruka, yeah? Is it right?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, how would you help seek additional funds for organizing your events? That's it.
So first of all, I would identify organizations that give students support, that supports the school, or any organization that are responsible for support. Then I write to them detailing what these funds will be used for, and then what impact we are going to do when we use these funds in our project.
Okay, that's good, but I was looking out for you saying maybe fundraising, having a program and raising funds, maybe writing to other companies, like maybe if there's a cooking competition or something you're organizing, can write to maybe Gino for sponsorships, those places too. You get it, but it's quite a good thing.
Okay, thank you.
Ruki,
Yes.
I want you to give us 3 reasons. That is what constitutes, or on what grounds may an executive officer may be removed from office. So I want you to give us just 3.
So, thank you very much for the question. So, when an executive officer goes contrary against the rule set by the committee, if he doesn't follow the rules and regulations of the committee, he can be removed. Yeah, he can be removed from his office. And then also, let's say information regarding confidentiality, when such individual doesn't abide by it, that means his or her can also get removed from the office. And then another reason is when an executive officer when he or she doesn't do his or her work well, and then is always going against what you are supposed to do, that person too can be removed from office.
I shall refer you to Article 76 of the SRC Constitution. So, an officer shall be removed from office in accordance with the provisions of this article if found to A. Have acted in violation of the oaths of office set out in the 2nd schedule and any provision under this constitution, have conducted himself or herself in a manner which brings or is likely to bring the high office of the SRC into disrepute, ridicule, or contempt, be incapable of performing the functions of office by. So I'll give you 1 out of 3 of the mark. So you can read the Article 76 of the SRC Constitution. All right.
Okay, Ruka.
Yes, sir.
This is a riddle.
Okay.
I am a non-staff, a member of the executive board, and also a member of the executive council. It is all described in my functions according to the SRC Constitution that in my absence, you shall act. Who am I?
Please, you said it is not described.
Let me repeat the riddle.
Okay.
I am a non-staff, a member of the executive board, and also a member of the executive council. It is all described in my functions according to the SRC Constitution that in my absence, you shall act. Who am I?
Please, can you come again with the question?
Okay, you as the SRC coordinating secretary shall act.
Oh, okay. So in the absence of in the absence of a secretary, the SRC coordinating secretary acts.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Lady Ruki, were you streaming live when you were outside?
No.
Okay, but you have read the student handbook.
Please come again.
You have read the student handbook.
Yes.
Good. Still on the services that the counseling center provides, there's one service called group counseling. Okay, group counseling. I want you to list 2 areas that these group counselings are offered. Two areas.
Please come again.
I'm saying that there is as part of the services provided by the counseling center, we have group counseling. And under the group counseling, we have areas. I want you to list 2 of those areas.
The academics.
Should we make progress? Should we make progress?
Yes.
We should. Okay. So you can find the right answer in the student handbook, page 66, item letter D. We have personality improvement, overcoming alcohol and drug abuse, overcoming marriage conflict, improving study habits, etc.
Okay.
So you were wrong.
Okay. Permit me to call you Hajia Ruka. Okay, now take your question. The question is in 3 parts, so you answer them part by part. The first one is, I want you to tell us, the university is made up of 5 colleges. Name these colleges. That is the first part.
Okay.
So
I'm supposed to answer
yes.
that if Please, we have the College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences. And then we have the College of Humanities and Legal Studies. We have College of Health and Allied Science. And then we have College of Education. Then the last one,
Do we make progress?
Please, I will come.
You are coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
We should make progress.
Yes.
Okay. Let's take the follow-up question before I bring the... Which college do you belong?
Please, I belong to the College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences.
Then which school?
School of Business. School of Biological Sciences.
Okay, that is right. You missed just the first, the colleges. You left CODE, College of Distance Education. Okay, so you should be scored 7 out of 7.5. Thank you. This is enough for you. Thank you. Thank you, Prof.
Rukaya.
Yes.
Okay, so the question is in relation to the academic policies and regulations. At what levels can an HND student be admitted into the University of Cape Coast?
Please, the HND student will be admitted in level 200.
Is that all? Is that all?
Yes.
Okay, so we have level 200 and then level 300. So at what point will the candidates be admitted to 200?
Okay, so when the candidate has completed 3 years of the HND course. Yes.
So I'm trying to ask about the placement. What will make them place that individual in level 200?
Yeah, the reason why they will place that individual in 200 because they believe he or she has had knowledge of the, let's say, whatever is going to be taught in 100. She has done that course within the 3 years of studies. So that individual would have to begin from 200. So because the person has a basic knowledge on whatever course is going to be, whatever course she's going to study.
Okay, so that's not what I'm looking for. Now, with the levels, as I mentioned earlier, we have 2. So the individual can be admitted to level 200 or 300. Now, with the 200, when the person's class is below second class upper, that is when the person will be admitted to 200. But with the 300, when the person has a minimum of the second class upper. Please, are you okay with that?
Yes.
So you get 1/3 of the marks.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Rukia.
Yes.
Akina Zin outside the Kawa.
Yes, please.
Sandazua.
Sanukade.
Yeah, kinduba videos munang. Wana muka kari nang kinduba.
No, please.
Baka some chance kinduba ko.
No, please. I had a quiz and then a presentation in a class.
Okay, because these are repeated questions I have asked. So if I've gotten the opportunity to watch them, I believe you would have made headway. So this is your question. If I'm a student, I have filled a paper. I'm required by the school to resit the paper. I resit it, and I'm able to make it. Now, per the revised edition of the academic policy, I'm talking about the revised edition of the academic policy and regulations, it is that my past paper appears on my transcript. It is true or false?
Yeah, it's true.
You see, that is not true, because all the failed paper and the past paper still will appear. You get that? Now, the last one, who has the chance? All right. My question, the question was that yes, it's only the past paper that appears on my transcript. Is that true? And she said yes. Because the two of them would need to appear. The failed paper and the past paper will appear. The keyword I just used to use there is a revised edition, and then I think it's yes, I said it's. I use the word only. The question is very clear.
Question overruled.
Okay, so then this is your luck, Ruka. Then let's try this question. Now, I told you it's a repeated question. I assume this position only once in the university. Who am I? To write an exams.
Please, can you come again?
I assume the position to write a receipt only once. Who am I in the university? Mommy will say assume. So I assume.
Level 400 students.
All right. I think you are wrong. It has to do with an external candidate. Only has one chance to write a fill paper. Thank you.
Ricky, I just saw something here. You developed COVID-19 tracking app.
Yes, please.
For cases worldwide.
Yes, please.
Are you sure about that?
It was, yes.
So tell me about that.
So it was an IT firm I joined where they trained students in coding. So the project that time was developing a COVID-19 app, which we were assisted. So, yes.
So you didn't do it yourself. You were a team.
So like we were in a class, so each student, we were just following directions from the tutor, and then we did it ourselves. So we were just following directions. So we did it.
So it was a course. Because the way you have nicely arranged it here, develop COVID-19 tracking app for tracking COVID cases worldwide. That's a big thing.
Yes.
But you didn't do it. You were instructed, and then you were following instructions. And you were in a team. It was a teamwork, or?
No, it was not a teamwork. It was an individual work. Instructions has been laid on how you are going to go about it.
So where's the app?
It has been hosted by...
It has been what?
It is hosted by some time back now.
And then you developed a mobile app to address road traffic accidents.
Yes.
How did you do that?
That one too was a teamwork. I did it with my team member. So that one too was also a competition where you come up with a societal issue and then how you are going to address that issue. So the road traffic accident was that one thing we were working on. So what we did was first identifying which stakeholders we are going to use in the development of the app, which was the police, the National Ambulance Service, and then the police, fire service, and then the ambulance. So we did a wireframe of the work, a prototype of how the whole app is going to be like. So after considering the stakeholders that we'll be using, because when an accident happens, we need the service of the police, the fire service, or the hospital, because in case of fire, the fire service come and then quench the fire before they rescue the team. It is an MVP. It is not hosted yet. A minimum viable product.
The one thing I find very interesting on your CV is that as part of your skills, you have experience in resume creation, CV creation. The CV you have created, it's not a nice prototype at all. So who's a leader?
So a leader is someone that takes responsibility of.
Just relax. Relax. Breathe in and out. And tell us who a leader is.
So a leader is someone who leads a team, as in he's the one in charge of a team. He's the one that, there are so many types of leaders. So
Tell me, what are some of the types of leaders?
So we have an autocratic leader, and then a democratic leader, and then a laissez-faire leader.
Tell me about the third one.
So a laissez-faire leader is someone that's
laissez-faire. It's a French word.
Laissez-faire. So it's that leader that puts all the works on the members or the workers. He just leaves everything to them to do without giving them proper supervision.
You think that kind of leader is bad? Or let me ask you that first. Do you think that kind of leader is a bad leader?
Yes.
Why?
Because in a team, you don't, everybody has what he or she contributes in a team. And then if the leader is not, actively involved in what we are doing as the team, it brings about a whole lot of problems. There is always distortion.
In what situations do you think you need that kind of leader?
In what situation do we need a laissez-faire leader?
Yes. You know when you use autocratic leader, you know when you use a democratic leader. In what situations do you use a laissez-faire leader? So you see, when you are working with professionals, you don't have to be ordering them about, telling them what to do, because they know what they are about already. So you just tell them what to do, and you leave it up to them. So it's a very good leadership style. People think it's a bad one. It's a good leadership style.
Okay.
But you don't have to use it every time. You have to use it as and when it is needed. And the category of people you need to be able to usefully use that leadership is when you are dealing with professionals. So it's not a bad leadership. Tell me 2 qualities of a leader. 2. Two qualities of a leader.
A leader has to be visionary. He has to have vision. And then a leader has to be truthful too. Yeah.
So leaders don't tell lies. Haven't you told a lie before in your leadership skills? You've never told a lie.
Oh, I have lied before, but you see, there are measurable lies.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so before I start, between yourself and Francis, who would Hamza vote for? You know what I'm asking, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so the two of you, who is he going to vote for?
I think everybody has his or her own interest. So if he sees me as competent, he will vote for me.
Okay, so I want your view on this. Someday, maybe, who knows, you become the coordinating secretary. So I want to find your view on this. Do you think it's fair for HND students not to take, let me say, university compulsory courses like home skills?
Can you come again? No, it's not fair. I think every university has his or her own standards. So if you've come to the University of Cape Coast, there are ways they also take up or teach the com skills. So, and then I believe we all, the university wants everybody to be at the same level. So they should take a course from the university. I believe they should take the com skills course from the university.
So do you promote that when you are giving the nod?
Yes. I will do
Okay.
that.
So when you get the position, we'll be monitoring that. But to the main question, who are the signatories to the foreign account of the university?
Please, I didn't hear you.
Who are the signatory to the foreign account of the university?
The Center for International Relations.
No, who are the signatory for the foreign account of the university?
Please, can you rephrase the question?
So who signs for the dollar account of the university? Who are the officers who sign?
The Office of Finance.
There are two, so you can still go ahead. What's the second one?
Internal Audit.
So who is in charge of the finance? The Office of the Finance.
Director of Finance.
Okay, so for saying that, I would give you, let me see, half of the mark. Yeah, there are two. So the Director of Finance and the VC or Pro VC. Yeah, okay. But for mentioning the Director of Finance, I'll give you that.
Ruki.
Yes, sir.
I'll go straight to my question.
But you let her on to change it. Half mark is too much. I'll rule on 4 out of the total. So she said Office of the Finance, and you led her on to say Director of Finance. And that doesn't mean that she got half of the score. So I'll rule on 4. Thank you. Let's make progress.
Ruki, the IGP has been in the news for quite a while now, for days now, or let me say about 2 weeks, yes. And recently, it's been purported on one news agency, Metro TV actually, Good Evening Ghana, that the host actually made an allegation against the IGP. What was the allegation, and which group of people does he claim or refer to be the people actually behind the allegation?
Please, towards the last end, and I didn't hear you very well.
Okay, I said the IGP, yes, an allegation was made against him on Good Evening Ghana. It was on last Thursday. What is the allegation, and which group of people are said to be behind the allegation? You know IGP, yes. Inspector General of Police.
Yes.
Yes. What is his name?
He's called. It's a tree name.
It's a tree name.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. He has 2 tree names, one English name.
Dampare.
Yes, Dampare.
Oh.
Yeah, that's his surname. But I don't know his full name.
I think it escaped me. I don't remember his full name.
Okay, okay. So what is the allegation? Or you don't know?
Okay, so the allegation was that they are looking to overthrow someone.
Overthrow someone? Which someone?
Not overthrow per se, but I don't remember. I don't really recall, but it was a recording that came out.
Yes, and what I'm even asking is different from the recording. Yes, the recording was an incident that preceded this one. It kind of led to this one. Yes, so you don't know.
I have forgotten that. It has escaped me.
Oh, okay.
I knew it, but
okay. So the IGP, it is alleged that the IGP is using his position as the IGP to shield some COPs who are due for retirement into office, so they are still working. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Ruki. So we've come to the end. I want to say a very big thank you for coming. And you hear from the committee soon.
Okay, thank you very much for having me.
All right, so we have come to the end of the vetting session inside the old academic board chamber of the University of Competitive Choice, University of Cape Coast, first in Ghana and number 4 in West Africa. We're live on TV UCC, the channel of choice, and on ATL 100.5. This brings us to the end of the special vetting for nominees for the position of SRC Coordinating Secretary, which became vacant after the initial vetting period. We are collating our scores and then we'll declare the vetting results right away. Whilst we do that, we want to hand over to CBS and our main man, the PDF, to read some of your messages online whilst we call it our scores and then do the declaration before we leave the old academic board chamber. Over to you, PDF.
Right, thank you, the chair. So, of course, this is where we'll end today's vetting, but we are not done yet. We'll be coming your way with the declaration of the results right here at the old academic board chamber of the University of Cape Coast. And so, as I already indicated, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. Please subscribe to our channel. Hit on the notification icon so that you always get alert on our update, and do us that favor. Share this content for the world to get to know what we are doing. We would also take a short break, and when we return, we'll engage the vetting committee to come out with a declaration. So do stay with us and make sure that you share this content for the world to get to know that we are here at the old academic board chamber of the University of Cape Coast. Do stay with us. We'll be back shortly with a declaration of the vetting results. And of course, we'll also add the schedule of the electoral process to the declaration so that we get to know when are we going to vote, and of course, when are they going to read the manifesto, when are we going to do the face-to-face. Stay with us. We'll be coming your way shortly with that.